Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'd like to say thank you for being a new subscriber. My channel is Mammy Murray's Musings. That's because my grandbabies call me Mammy, and my name is Sandy, actually. Sandra, Sandy, whatever. And I'm so glad to have you here joining me. For those who are my regular, I'm sorry it's been, I think, a week, maybe a little over a week since I got anything posted. As I told you, I had quite a few doctor appointments. I know, just so y'all know, there was not anything wrong. It was that time for my yearly checkups with the heart, lung, primary care, mammogram, and had to see the chiropractor, so all that kind of stuff. But other than that, I'm in pretty good health. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. Today I am making a pineapple upside down cake. I actually planned on making this, and then there's this friend of mine, and she's like another one of my daughters. She's the same age as my children. And I was eating lunch with her and her husband today, and they said it was youth night at their church tonight, and my church doesn't have service on Sunday night. And so she, well, I don't know if she really invited me or if I just told her I'd come because her cousin, he's a young man, he's a teenager. He was kind of like one of our grandkids, but she said he was preaching tonight and they were having a meal afterwards. I said, well, that's good because I'll bring this cake. So we're going to get started on that pineapple upside down cake. And so I'm going to turn you down just a little so you can see. And with everything blooming, my voice is like, ugh, So I apologize up hand. So what we're going to do, we are going to, in this skillet, I like to make mine a black skillet. Long time ago, I had someone make one in the black skillet, and I just loved it. Cast iron skillet, whatever you call it. I always just call them black skillet, iron skillet, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I've been cooking in these since I started cooking. But before, I always would make it in a regular cake pan. But she made it in a skillet, and it was just, that edge around it was just so much, I guess a little crunchier. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a stick of butter. That's 4 tablespoons, and we are going to stick it in a 350-degree oven and let it melt. Now, what you can be doing is you can, while it's preheating, the oven is preheating, you can put it in there now. I already have mine preheating, so I'm going to go ahead and stick it there. Oh, this door on this oven, it just slams back on you if you're not careful. Y'all have to excuse my oven. It is filthy. It's time to clean it. All right, we're going to let that get melted about halfway. Let me turn back up here so I can talk to you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still new to all this. We're going to let it melt about kind of like halfway. I'm going to keep a check on it. And then I am going to sprinkle some brown sugar. And we want a half a cup of packed brown sugar. So I will bring you back in a moment. All right, I have that done about halfway, maybe even over a little halfway. And this is what I like to do next. I like to just take the rest of that butter and just kind of cut it up. And then what I was also doing was, I was opening the door and actually on the oven every couple of seconds, and maybe every 20 seconds or so, and just taking my fork and stirring that butter around to make sure it was evenly distributing. Okay. So I'm just kind of smashing it up here. You don't have to do this. This is just what I like to do. Then I'm going to sprinkle my brown sugar over all of this butter. I didn't do a good job sprinkling. It all came out, huh? Oh, well. Things don't always go perfectly. And I don't know. I'm just not the kind that's going, I mean, if it's really bad fluff, I'll probably stop and redo it or edit it out. But if it's just normal everyday stuff, hey, it's going to be in here in these videos because all of us, you know, things don't go perfectly with this, and I'm not going to pretend that it does. Okay, I am going to stick this back in the oven for about a minute. Make sure all of that butter is melted, okay? And if I didn't tell you, that is a 10.5-inch skillet. I believe I told you. And again, if you're new here, I will repeat things because I'm a former teacher and I was used to repeating notes, you know, in the high school especially. Okay, and let me see. The next we're going to add some pineapple to that. So how's everyone's weather? It turned off chilly here. That's why I have this sweater on, because I don't want to build a fire right now, and that's the only kind of heat I have in here in my big living room kitchen area is a wood stove. And I thought, well, I don't really want to make a fire, and so I'm wearing a sweater, and as long as I'm on the move, I'm okay. But yeah, I got down to 30-something last night, and somebody at church said they covered their potatoes up that they had already planted before they went to bed last night, because they heard we were getting frost, and he said that there was frost out this morning. I didn't notice it because my house faces the south, so in the mornings the sun's already out there, unless I get up like extremely early. Okay, that should be finished by now, so let's take that out. Yeah, that looks good. My oven, I need to have somebody come and fix it for me because for some reason it's not sitting level. All right, and my microwave, my light is out on that. I need to get me another light, I know, to put over here. The overhead light tends to make a really big, what do you call it? Let's see if I can open this curtain up a little more. Well, that may just let a glare in too. So anyway, now we're going to stick our pineapple on here. So we just take our rings of pineapple and put them around the skillet. Let me turn you down a little more so you can see. Let me see, how's that? Bring you closer. Maybe you can see better. There. The stove being black and the skillet being black, I couldn't tell exactly what was going on right there. And snug them in there. Now you could also take some maraschino cherries and put them in the middle here. But I'm not a huge cherry fan unless it's like in a cherry limeade drink from Sonic. But as far as food-wise, I don't know, I'm just not a real big fan. So, and my husband wasn't either, so I never put the cherries in there. Okay, you will have a few pineapple left over. You can eat that, put it in the fridge, eat it later. Excuse me. All right, now I'm going to move this back here, and I will get started with the batter now. Move you closer to where you can see. There we go. And let me grab my attachment. Forgot to grab that. Okay, there we go. Okay, can you see that pretty good there? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our flour in here. And I had a little spatula here somewhere. You know, I laid all that out before I started. And don't know where it went to. I see it, I laid it in the wrong place. Okay, sorry y'all, I'm trying to hurry is my problem. I need to quit doing that. So we want about 1.5 cups of rising flour. That's what I like to use. So we're going to go ahead and put that in our mixer. You don't have to use a mixer. You can do all this by hand. You know, some people think, oh, I have to have this and I have to have that. You don't. For many, many years, I did a lot of things by hand because I just didn't have it. And, you know, money was tight and I wasn't going to go waste money when there were things my children needed, like food. I did without a lot of things. And especially when my husband got hurt and things were a little bit of a nightmare for a little bit, but we survived. God took care of us, and you know, he tells us in Scripture that he will supply all of our needs according to his riches and glory. And there's a big difference between needs and wants. We don't, you know, we may not get everything we want, but he will supply our needs, which is, you know, our food and our shelter. All right, so we are going to go ahead and I'm going to raise this up. Next to this, I'm sorry, I need to turn it on a minute and mix that up a little. I am really scatterbrained today. I think I am still tired from being on the go all week. All right, now to this we are going to add, now I took some of the juice out of the pineapple. I drained some of the juice and I have a half of a cup of juice. I want to add that to this. I have a half a cup of milk, just regular sweet milk. I guess you could use buttermilk. I'm not a buttermilk fan. I know a lot of people love buttermilk, but not me. And my husband loved it. He loved buttermilk and cornbread. But I'm just not a fan of it. Okay, I put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to crack 1 egg in there. Then I am going to stick in another 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to cut that up here. And it needs to be softened. I don't think mine's all the way soft because it was actually in the freezer when I got home from church. So it got softened a little bit in the microwave, but not as soft as it probably needs to be, but it'll be okay. Now we're going to mix all of that. Start off slow. Just want to mix it enough to incorporate it. I think that's good. Take my beater out. Now, I have seen people make pineapple upside down cakes before, and they don't put any liquid in it. They have a thick batter, and those turn out okay too, but I like mine a thinner batter. Okay. Take this spatula and make sure that's done really good in there, and it is. All right, now I'm going to move you back some again so you can see. Let me set that back where it's supposed to be. All right. I know I'm moving y'all all around. When I say I'm going to move, you might want to just close your eyes. Okay. Then see this batter is thin, kind of like a pancake batter, and I got some more butter in there that doesn't chop it up a little bit more. And it will straighten out as it cooks. Okay. A little piece of pineapple. It looked like it was burned. No, so it must have been the juice. Then we are just going to pour this on top. And scrape all of that out. Okay. Then we are going to put this in that 350-degree oven for about 30-35 minutes. We'll do the toothpick test in the middle to see how it comes out. Okay. And I will be back with you when it is finished. So we'll be back in just a little bit, all right? All right, I'm back, and the cake is finished. Let me bring you down. Oh, better turn the timer off there, or it'll keep beeping at me. So what I'm going to do now, if you've never made one of these, I'm going to take a plate, stick it on top of my skillet, and I am going to invert this. Put one hand on top, grab your skillet handle, and come over. There we go. And just lift up the skillet. Oh, looks like we left a couple of pineapple behind. Let me get a fork. Bring those with us. Just stick that back on top where it came from. And let me see. We're just going to kind of scrape out what this all caramelization here. We're going to try to scrape that out. Let me show you what I'm doing over here. Just try to scrape that out and kind of stick it on the cake. Just kind of drizzle it around. Now this skillet will clean up real easy if we go ahead and stick it over here and get some hot water or just water on it. And then I'll wash that as soon as I'm finished with y'all. All right, I need to let that cool. I will actually be putting this in a Tupperware container, and I think I have it a little off-centered there. So I'm just going to try to move it some. It's not one to budge. Oh, well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But anyway, I'll put that in one of those round cake carriers and take it to the church. Let me bring you back up and talk to you. I'm sorry about that, y'all. So I hope if you've never made one of these that you'll attempt it. Now, if you do not, you know, have an iron skillet to make it in, then you could use like an 8 or 9 inch round cake pan. I think probably a 9 inch would be better. A 9 by 9 inch square pan would work. Okay, so I hope y'all will try that. And remember to always season your cooking with love. Cook for those you love. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So y'all have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whenever I get this, you know, posted. Whatever it is, you have it. And have a good week, half week, or whatever until I see y'all again, okay? And God bless y'all. Bye-bye.